Hello there and welcome to this exclusive interview on Kurunzi News. We promised you we will be bringing you content that you will not watch or hear about anywhere else. And we start this one with an interview with Aldrin Nsubuga Snr, the Regional Marketing Director for StarTimes in East Africa. This is a new position, and being new, I asked him whether there is any new content, local Kenyan content that you're likely to see on StarTimes very soon. He gave me an answer. But above all, I asked him, for you Arsenal and Chelsea fans, whether there is anything on StarTimes for you, especially on Thursday night when you're looking forward to that second-tier football league in Europe called the Europa League. Let's take a look.
Because the media fundamentally drives successful businesses. And anyone who doesn't recognize that, I think, will miss out. We are aware that the media is very vibrant in Kenya, lots of competition, but also depending on how you handle the media and how you treat them, you could create scenarios where you're at crossroads. We don't want to do that, and we really don't care about the history in the past. The team that has been introduced now, that is going to be based here in Kenya, comes from Uganda. Formerly the CEO of Uganda, Mr. Andy Wang, and the marketing director of StarTimes Uganda, who is myself, Aldrin Nsubuga Snr. Our coming here is partly because of, I can say, the success of the Ugandan establishment. And we think that the Kenyan market, which is much bigger, with a lot more potential, and doing well as well, but I think can benefit from the experience of the team from Uganda. But also we think we can harness opportunities that come up. There are gaps that have been there, and we think they can be filled. We can ride on the knowledge and experience of the current team at StarTimes Kenya to help in the new direction that we want to take. But I think for me, the biggest take from this is the media does not just focus on doing its work. The media can also play a big part in terms of feedback from the market. The media normally is the ears and eyes of society and community. The survey or research that we can't do periodically, if you engage the media well and relate with them well, you can get the benefit of getting that information from time to time. So I think this event was useful. I think getting to know you guys one-on-one, talking to you just as human beings, not just as professionals, it helps. It helps for you not to think about StarTimes as a Chinese company or just as business people, but to forge friendships, to forge partnerships. For me, I think that is the first step in breaking ground. I think it's significant. The role I'm going to play, particularly as a marketeer, goes beyond, because I'm also in the media. So I know really to what extent it pays to just have the media with you all the way. I'm confident that enough homework has been done in the past, and that's going to happen. But beyond that, I think there is strength in a branch in a country like Kenya, knowing that the regional hub has been placed in the same country, probably talk of location or whatever. Because then, one, it gives you confidence as the local branch. Why not, for instance, put it in in Uganda or Tanzania or Rwanda and Burundi? Why Kenya? So the first thing to the local team or the local teams is the confidence. That is one. Two, if anybody in the local office doubted the potential, that's straight in your face. You are reminded that, guys, you don't know what you're sitting on. This is Nairobi. We are going to come here. We are going to establish here because this is where the business is. So anyone locally who doubted or who didn't have enough confidence to push themselves, I think that's one way. But also, it tells you how much the company is willing to render support. Forget about the regional, but to the branch. So now so to say, we are going to turn our guns and focus that and just do everything we can to make it succeed. So in those ways, and also the fact that now, as you said, like you say, we are focusing on localizing. Localizing what? Localizing production house. Because right now it's been in Beijing. Localizing production itself. A dedicated Kenyan channel having exclusive local content is going to be launched. It's Kenyans who are going to manage it, who run it, to produce the content, and to play a part in its establishment. And to run it, it's Kenya. So that is localizing. The Mr. Right show that we've talked about, the reality show, is made for and by Kenyans. It was launched last year. It's on now. Again, that emphasizes that our shift is changing towards recognizing the strength of localization. And as a demonstration of the will that we have to make that happen, you launch a local channel, you launch a production which is extremely localized, you get into local initiatives. You seek for opportunities to work with communities, get into sports sponsorships, get into community projects, and corporate social responsibility initiatives. I think it takes time, but we've started somewhere. In terms of building capacity as well, opportunities keep coming, because with each of these things we're talking about, it's opportunities opening up to employ someone locally, whether it's at StarTimes branch, or it's through agents, or it's through the actual producers of local content. Opportunities are coming, businesses are going to open up opportunities. So I think for me that is key, and strategically that is the one thing actually that we are doing that we think is going to be the real touch that will change the business in our favor in this market. Localizing, recognizing, and actually showing locals that we are serious about taking Kenyans for a stadium that we want to partner with and do something in that direction, and we're talking. But like I said, here things can be lengthy and whatever, but we are already. We're talking of sports. I will tell you, you can think athletics, you can think football particularly, and rugby. We already, I think, know exactly where to start seeking opportunities available to work with them. The individuals, we've talked, but now we want to get into the behind the scenes. At least as I speak now, I know that in a couple of days, we are launching a Europa League campaign that we are going to splash all over. It will form an advertising campaign on its own, and that is the first step of trying to answer your question. Beyond that, of course, opportunities below the line activations come in, and these will come. I know the season is almost, 3/4 way gone, but it is now preparation for next season because Europa League is with us and it's going to be here. But you're rightly saying, for the Ugandan football lover, this is it, and we are aware of that. So I think that calls for strategy in terms of marketing, picking out that content as an opportunity to go out and market the product that we have. It's exclusive content. We must be proud of it. It works, so we are going to use it. Not any different from the other content that we have in football, which is exclusive, like the Bundesliga, which has already been launched in this market. When we have FIFA tournaments and they're exclusive, we will promote them. When we have, like we do, we have Ligue 1, which is the French league as well, and any other sports event that is exclusive. So I think strategically, if that wasn't done before, that's one of the changes you're going to see, because it does pay for you to have exclusive content. You use it to your benefit, and you only use it by shouting about it. So things are going to happen, and I'm convinced that, give us time, but most of those things will be fixed. Europa League is brilliant, it's great. We know the value of the Europa League, and we are proud to have it, and certainly we are going to make that a reality when we start using it in marketing. If we do position very well on packaging our local content, local channels, and we push the best of what we can, and secondly, get locals here to get involved in the production, strategically, that alone, localizing that alone, should help us to retrieve a big chunk of the market share. But also international content that we have. the sports which is crazy everywhere in Africa. Football, we've said, we talked about exclusive content like Europa League, when we have it, and any other that may come around. Reality shows, the local reality show that we have, we are only going to step it even more because we have other reality shows we are planning. So we are really thinking more innovatively on the side of what we can do on the local content. So whether it's going to reality shows, but it's local, dedicated local channel, local, more variety of local content available, that as a strategy should work. Secondly, the innovations like the app that we've launched, the StarTimes On, the one that gives you more convenience as a subscriber. And from wherever you are, anywhere, you can use your phone, either pay your subscription or check your programming or watch whatever content you want on TV. To a day-to-day busy Kenyan, whether you do business or you go to the office, if you know about that as a convenient service available and you love TV, you are likely to begin looking at that provider as an innovative provider, which to us is important. So again, that should be able to help. But as well, remember, we have flexible payment patterns. You can pay for a day, you can pay for a week, where others are struggling to pay for months. Again, it's how we position and market that, because it's again convenience, and people love convenience. We know for a fact we are always the most affordable in the market. But I think now what we just need to do is to know what the typical Kenyan wants. The typical Kenyan wants to see you more involved in their day-to-day. They want to see you giving them convenience, and they can get the same content from everywhere. They just want to be able to get closer to you. So anything we do that gets us closer to the community, getting more involved in their lifestyles, in the passions that they share, the sports passion, whether it's in the movie industry, and us getting and jumping on board to sponsor or be a partner. It is just about winning over the mindset, winning over the mind, that emotional connection. That's, for me, that's been the gap. But as long as we identify the opportunities and we begin to emotionally connect with Kenyans, the choice of who they go with, I think, will be easy in time. And I think for me, it's the right step forward.
Thank you, Sebo, as they say in Uganda. And I want to tell you this. The youth have had, the football fans have had, and trust me, they will be following Kurunzi News. And if there is anything that they would want to know, they will only follow it here exclusively because they've had it here for the first time. My name is Milton Nyakundi, and as always, we say here on Kurunzi News, we give you the most reliable news. Until next time, when we bring you another exclusive interview, we say keep it here and ciao.